Hello and welcome. It's been a while since I played Panzer Core 2, but lately I've been getting into the game again, and I've actually played through the entire Axis Operation series. I'm looking forward to the 42 installment. While I'm waiting for that, I thought I should make a few scenario focused videos. So today we are looking at Crete, because basically I never recorded Crete. I did play it once, but I never got around to making a video. Yeah, so I'm always setting this to unlimited because I basically misclick a lot. I should maybe learn to play with the two mouse button option, but then again I have a roller mouse, so it just gets weird. So this is a fairly large scenario where you start with a bunch of paratroopers basically and a few other planes, and you have to make do mostly with very light equipment. So the Battle of Crete, 20th of May 1941. And this was basically the biggest airborne operation to that date. And while the Germans managed to seize Crete, the paratroopers suffered great losses and were never used en masse before. Again, I mean. Uh, so there's a briefing here, and they have given us a bunch of airborne troops. And you can see these islands, they don't really exist. They are just there so you have somewhere to base your planes from. In reality, they would, of course, come from Greece and cross the Mediterranean for a bit until they reach the northern shores of Crete. So there are actually three areas here: Maleme, Ret, Imnon, and Heraklion. I think I went to vacation. Yeah, somewhere around here once. That was pretty nice. No, it was up here near Chania. Here, Galatas. Okay, so you have no ships. There aren't any UK ships there either, so it's just air and land. So everything. So if you look at the map here, it's a pretty large map. So the main areas are the northern coast, but you also have victory access here, here, and here. So you have to at some point dedicate forces to seizing those. But the good part here is that paratroopers that have dropped can later be put back into a plane and they can fly south and drop, and a couple of paras is all you need to take out these objectives. So once you land, you have to quickly secure some landing sites and get control of at least one supply hex. So there is a supply hex here, but it's bordered by fortifications, and it has this river here, so it's pretty well defended. And this one is almost as bad. It has hills and forests around and defenses, and this one is also very bad. This one is also not so easy to take out, so I would strongly recommend getting a foothold here and then just pushing into the mainland here, securing the river line and the hills. It's going to be tough, but it's doable. And by doing that, I mean concentrating your forces here. At least this center group and the left group, maybe also the group on the right flank. If you try to land piecemeal around your main objectives, like the briefing suggested, you will just take a ton of damage and not really get much done. If, however, you do focus on this one area here, then there is going to be one complication because you have all your units in one space here. You will draw the attention of all the mobile units on the island. So the mobile reserve from Heraklion and from Retimnon will head west, and after not so many turns they will arrive here, and you will also be assaulted by the reserves from this area, and it can take quite a bit of time of defending before you can make a breakout. So alternatively, you could split your forces a little bit by making some diversions. You could land some of your units in this area just to draw off some of the units coming in to relieve Chania. And you could also, I suppose, maybe even after the units have started moving west, then you could send, I don't know, 3-4 paras in, land them in this area, because here you have the advantage, and this is maybe a little bit gamey, but since the game supports it, you can land here and kind of have supply, because map edges do provide supply. Remember, map edges, ports, or supply hexes. So you could actually land along the sides here, and as long as there are no major rivers or high mountains or encampments, you can totally draw supplies from somewhere off map here. Specifically requested that the developers look into the ability to sort of block off hex sides or supply from map edges, at least for certain scenarios. It would be a nice switch to have for modding purposes. I mean, the whole point of this operation is to secure a way to get your supplies inland or from the mainland and to an airfield or port and then to the troops. But anyway, so you have a bit of prestige here, and you have a total of 23 slots, and you have a deployment turn, so you can do something with them. Now, you will definitely want some artillery, but let's go into the buy screen here. You have the collection of infantry. You only have motorcycle scouts. You have anti-tank, the small one and the big one, big air one. That's not big. You have some anti-aircraft units, and we all know how devastatingly effective the 2 centimeter is against the low flyers. This is semi-effective against high flyers, and it's just one slot. Artillery is limited to this soft support only. Fighters, there's absolutely no reason to take the E. And you have the R, and you have the BF 110D. And then you have a collection of bombers, all of them 1 or 2 slot bombers. And basically, this one is the best because it has a very high ground defense, and thus it can more easily survive anti-aircraft fire and suppress those anti-aircraft guns, so other bombers can do some good. I would not buy any units other than aircraft initially. You are going to lose some paratroopers, so slots will free up eventually. So you can then use them to buy artillery and stuff. And the reason I'm saying this is because you can transport anti-tank guns, the small one, and the artillery piece by air, and land them on airfields. But This is super problematic because they can't bring their horses. So because they can't bring their horses, sorry, I have a split nail here. Since they can't bring their horses, they can only move very slowly. So to get any use out of them, you would have to move them onto that supply hex in Chania and spend an entire turn after moving them there, equipping them with horses. So it's much more efficient to just buy them when you capture Chania, because it's a supply hex city, so you can deploy from there. These are, I think you cannot upgrade in any shape or form. I didn't even think about that because you don't have any deployment access, so you can't sort of over strengthen them. You can, however, take your strategic units here and sort of pick them up if you want to and redeploy them. Those are the only ones you can touch. So you have 3, 6, 9 here, and you have 3, 6, 9 here, and you have 3, 6, 9, 11 here. So 18 plus 11, that's 29 paratroopers. So you can sort of undeploy them, but then you don't have anywhere to deploy them, so you might as well just undo. So you're stuck with those. You can scratch those bombers if you want to, but I would recommend holding on to them. Initially, you will be hit by a lot of UK Air Force. They have a variety of Hawker Hurricanes and some bombers, and it will be both annoying and a drain on strength, which isn't good, and prestige, which also isn't good. So ideally, you would like to limit the amount of fighters and bombers coming at you, but it's going to take a few turns to get control of the sky. So I would definitely recommend buying some bombers. No, some fighters, I mean. Here we have the Heinkel 112. That one you could just as well upgrade to the Dornier. It's got better defense against anything, and it's got better, especially soft attack. So as long as it's the same slots, we should be good. Just sort of, we can look at the stats here. Okay, so the Junker is exactly the same. Oh, that's funny. I never noticed that before. No, that's not true. The Dornier is definitely better than the Junker. Yeah. Huh. I think it's maybe because I hit the undo button. Now, these are, of course, 2-slot units, so you might as well put them to strength 11, or you could even go further. This one is a strength 1, slot 1 unit, so you could get another one for just a single point. Onto fighters. You have to take into, you could sort of use everything for fighters. There is a drawback to that as well. There is no easy way to get rid of these fighters after you buy them. So as you can see, none of the supply hexes have been placed on the actual airfields, which is probably intentional. So if you go for a heavy fighter group, those points are basically lost to you once you start getting inland and getting control of the enemy airspace. So you could do 4 slightly overstrength BFs. That's 16. I don't think that's excessive. Having them at strength 12, they will not wear down as fast. And they will, of course, hit harder. An argument can be made that you have now wasted 4 slots, which you could have put into other units. So we now only have 7 units left. And I think I am going to buy one of these very cheap bombers. And this one is very tempting because they hit really, really hard. On the other hand, most things don't have us, and it has a very poor defense, and it cannot help fight the enemy. So if I do that, I have some overstrength 110s, and that's quite the air force. And there is no point placing them anywhere but here. So something like that. And that I think is the deployment turn. Like I said, this will mean we have nothing to buy additional units for, because I've used up all my slots, but you can be very certain that some of your paratroopers will die. So I will just hit the turn button, and we will immediately just start. I can hide this one, it's not so exciting. So we will just start by mass flying over here. And if I decide to go inland with a diversionary attack, I think I don't want to land in this area. After all, I think I would instead try to create a diversion down in this extremely hilly area, because the AI doesn't have a ton of resources here. So once the fighting starts to be really intense there, I will land this force in this area. This force will now go over here, and you can see that I could theoretically already start to land this one, and there is no reason not to. And we are ashore. And just keep them coming. And this is the last one I think I can get. I don't think I can get this one on shore now. So someone has to take this hex, and I have enough of these other guys to drop, so I'm moving here with it. It's okay. Now you don't want to get these guys tangling with the enemy air force, because they aren't very well equipped for that. So they fly over here. And now we have to start considering where we want the rest of our paratroopers. And we can probably start by this. This one is the furthest away, so. And now you can decide if you want to be, I don't know what I should call it. How much of a risk do you wish to take? I think I will be a little more risky this time. Uh, this guy will definitely not have a good time. That is intentional. Mm. So I'm sort of setting up. And unfortunately, I don't have anything that. So something like that. Like I said, I only played it once, so I can't say for sure if this is sort of the absolutely best way to do it. But I mean, you have to start somewhere, and you can also start by thinning out some air defenses. And 310 strength BFs might not be able to take one of the hurricanes down and would also take more damage and now be at 8-9 strength. Maybe you would have to use all 4 planes. So this will generate some suppression. That's okay. And I'm putting my fighter here to cover these guys. And then I'm looking at to see the position of my other. Yeah, I definitely need to camouflage them so I can actually tell the units apart without. So these guys can be sky blue. This one can be green. These ones can be That's the start. Blue, blue. This should then be green, I hope. This one should be blue. And the fighters can be sort of fighter colored. Okay, so now I can tell them apart. So the green guy, he goes in here to suppress some air defenses. And it's right next to that fighter, so that's convenient as well. And you can see they get shot at, but they have fairly high defense values. So now I also want to do damage, but the BFs 110s they tend to attract attention from fighters. So this is okay. Hurt that little tank a bit. And here you can see why I don't think the map edge supply thing is so great, because you can see these two, these three are not out of supply because they can trace an unlimited length supply line through here, not through the heavy forest, but through this way and to the map edge. So they are in supply, but those guys here are not in supply, so it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I'm saying it's not perfect. So okay, that's first turn. So hitting N button, and here they come, bombing me. These are Blenheims, so they are tactical bombers. Two Blenheims immediately start hitting you, and then this anti-air fires. This is a hurricane and another hurricane, but I've taken one down one hurricane. So, but more units will be arriving. So it takes a bit of damage, but that's okay. It should start retreating soon, and we'll get killed. But it has done its job. It's held up these units, prevented them from moving. This guy didn't even get attacked, and that's pretty awesome. This fort here is really quite annoying. Now I must look at the map for a little bit and see if I can. Yeah, so let's sort of rinse and repeat. And that was not good. So sometimes you miss. Okay, it went down. If not, if you have sort of one strength left and no BF 109, you can take one of the 110s and send them in. But I don't have enough to take out the final one here, so I don't even try. I will now use I'll first suppress this one, and then I'll add some suppression here. And then we go in. They have a fighter here, so otherwise it would be nice to bomb here. That was the wrong plane. I was going to suppression bomb it, but okay, I picked the wrong one. I was going to pick a blue one. See, that was quite effective. 13 strength, because they have such low air defense. And that's a good one, I think. This one has a fighter here. And then I need to stick my final fighter here. I think I can do a bombing run here. We have control of a port. And swapping position. And it surrenders. Okay, that was great. And then this guy can come around here and take out the artillery. So I think most of my guys have moved here, and these two guys haven't attacked yet. Yeah, that's good. Just want to box him in so he can't retreat anywhere, because that's so annoying. Can I get... Oh, this one can move. So I need to put him up in the hills here. This guy isn't going anywhere, so he can shoot at the fort. The fort isn't super dangerous as such, but it is highly annoying. Okay, if he wants to reinforce that one, he can do that. Guessing this cavalry and this guy is gonna hit this poor infantry here rather hard. So I think I'll just go claim these hills. I still have the chance. And now I regret not being able to take out that one. This one hasn't moved yet. So it's running for the hills. How far can these guys go? No, wait, I'll take the rearmost. I'm gonna stick it here. This one has no zone of control, I guess. Or I don't know. So you see, we are on turn 2 now. So if we had the ability to look here, we would see UK units streaming west. So where can I put these guys to best effect? I want to drop or do I want to keep them airborne for just a little bit longer? Yeah, there. And these guys are still not in the running. So I'm heading west in case I need them for my main deployment zone. If things start to look okay there, I will turn them south and drop them down into the hill country here. That should attract UK attention and let me maneuver, and oddly enough I should be able to trace supply to one of the map edges and not be out of supply. So do I have any unmoved units yet? This one, but that's okay. No. And I'm not buying anything for my last points. I could buy like a Stuka or something, but I'm saving those points for later. Okay, turn. Here we can see another. No, it's Blenheim and the other Blenheim, and it's doing suppression and damage against my frontline units. And here comes probably some Greek mountain infantry. You really don't want those gaining hills because once they get up into those hills, it's going to be super problematic. So there we go. I just didn't want to land in the river. And there we are. And now we have a nice defensive line here. And this guy can block them from going over the river too easily. I let them do that when I played this when I wasn't recording. So now it's down to 2, and I could take one of my 110s, and I can't crack hurricanes that are full strength, but hurricanes that are nearly dead easily. So I forgot to move this guy. I should be taking that hex, but okay, it's not a big deal. Let's work on that fort. We can wait with the rest. It's not that important. This one we should kill. Now I have killed 3 hurricanes, so his fighter support is not so good. So the Blenheims will start with next turn, unless I can eat them completely now. I don't think so. Yes, I have 2 BFs. And okay, it's interesting. It's interesting. I think I will try to do that. Getting maximum mass attack bonus, and I couldn't bring it down. So I will send in my 13 strengther, and down he goes. So thanks to my, you can see they have all taken damage now. They are down to 10. If you had not overstrengthened them, they would be much lower now and not do as much damage anyway, and air war would not have gone so smoothly for me. Now the enemy fighters, unless he rebases from the east, are gone, and he has 1 Blenheim coming in from, I guess, this airfield. So, and I still have my strategic bombers. This one is down a strength point. All my fighters are down 2, and one of the 110s is down 1 point. Yeah, I had to check something on my OBS settings, but we were fine for a moment there. I was maybe thinking we had no sound. And that would have been very unfun. Okay, so I'm putting some pressure on this guy. And can I get a high strength unit over here? Oh, I don't think I want to do that. No, I can't get around. Okay, I want to do that. So, boom, boom, boom. It's of course very important to get access to this hex. Then we have a second supply hex. He retreated and became invisible. Wow, interesting. Gonna replace damage unit there. And these are of course hopelessly out in the open. So I'm gonna put some suppression on this guy. I should see him. He shouldn't become invisible. Oh, it's a commando. It has camouflage. And basically, I'll just hit these guys with my strategic bombers as well. I know I'm not doing much damage, but the point here is to just keep them from doing damage to me. Okay, this one is in the open, so you just have to accept the suppression. He can go over there. This guy will rush down here. Reinforcements. Can go work on the fort. Just note one thing, that this fort is actually a good way of blocking enemy approach, because right now it does prevent him from moving across it. This one also gets reinforced. I don't think I can deploy anything because there are too many enemies around me. And we are going closer to the coast because I'm not too worried about enemy fighters. I mean, I could hit one of my units, but it's not a problem. And I don't think they have any units with more than 2 spotting anyway. So unless well, so we are in position here, and I don't think I can do much more. Too bad I couldn't kill this commando unit, but well. It's an ambush. He runs his Blenheim right into me. Okay, some flak. What is this? 1 Blenheim more. And yeah, it clearly has more fighters. Either we bought them or they rebased them, but it's okay. I can kill them. This is Crete mountain infantry, very, very annoying. But the point here is just I need to delay them. Okay, so we killed another one and he decided to get himself encircled. That's always a strange choice from the AI. The problem is killing this one now is that tanks, and there are quite a few UK tanks on the island, it offers good good protection for. I mean, it's entrenchment 5, so it's not bad. Base entrenchment is 5, and you quickly entrench. But tanks can attack into it, and it's not a close defense kind of scenario. So it's not. It's actually not ideal. Well, bunch of stuff to do here. Let's get rid of that guy. 1 fighter, 2 fighter. Let's see if I can. He hit me really hard, and I'm not really lucking out there. And I don't think this guy will be enough. So no, I need to put 1 more fighter on him, and maybe that too won't be enough. Yeah, okay, I finally got him, and then I think I need a tank cracker. So you don't really need Stukas at this point, and the BF has much better speed, so it can reach places where your other units can't. This guy could go down, or he could go down there. I think I'm just gonna do this just to block him in and have him surrender. Yeah, that went well enough. Can't get all the way around, of course, which is unfortunate, but there he goes, and a full strength unit to take the airfield. Die. And now I will use my speed to go down here. Ooh, it's tempting. How much is this? Goodbye, silly cavalry. And it's best to take out these pesky mountain units while they are still in the river. Don't go after it, just let it bleed the AI for prestige. This will heal up. And for now, I'm leaving the rest of the fort. I might kill it later. When I have anti-tank guns that can back it up, then I can have an infantry here with an anti-tank gun here, and artillery piece here, and an artillery piece here. And this approach will be completely blocked up. This one did move. Do I have any units that can sort of... okay. This one is good enough. I need to lose some more units anyway, so yeah, let's just go for it. This is easy damage. And I guess all of these moved. This one should just stay put. I don't think he can do anything useful. Much as I like to run here and kill it, that's not a good idea. I would also like to put some units here and here because it looks like he's coming around there. But New Zealand infantry, okay. This one needs to heal up. So this one does not need to heal up. He should just maybe use his powers of running. And he can do a runner as well. 12 is good enough for now. Okay, I completely forgot my planes. I got so eager. Does that happen to you as well sometimes? Should I kill it? No, I will just hurt this this tank instead. It's a bit short on the range there. And I only have one fighter left, so so this one first to suppress anti-air, and this one, okay, this one has anti-air from there as well. It's not the, and some escorting. I can just take a shot. No, nothing. This guy needs to heal. I mean, doesn't need experience. Hmm. Haha. Ah, that's mountain inf. Okay. That was not. So let's put 2 infantry there. And this is what I'm talking about. Maybe. This is so annoying. Then I want to be in the forest instead. Because you really don't want to. Miss dropping. Huh? So we've created a diversion. Because there are 3 Greek mountain infantry, another Greek mountain cavalry. Just Greek mountain infantry as far as the eye can see. I'm not sure where I want these guys. I'll see if he wants to shoot at them with fighters. I think I may want them somewhere I don't know yet. And maybe I have clogged up my. Yeah, you see, I can't actually deploy it because I have clogged up the entryway here. But we need artillery support, mostly against soft attack. So we can deploy those next round. Did I remember to have wagons? Yes. And did I check all my units? This one hasn't moved, that's okay. Okay, no, not kill the fort. Turn. Ah, go away, Blenheim. And another Blenheim. Yeah, so the reason I didn't want to stay in the hills is, of course, mountain units get +5 defense, including close defense, and +5 attack. So those Greek mountain infantry completely hammers your. Yeah, so it's a good defensive line as long as you can attack them down in the river. But as soon as they start rushing en masse, ha ha ha, that was what I wanted to do. There we go. Sort of. I'll just have to rush up in the hills here. And it surrenders, as it should. And this one won't bother us anymore. Very tempting, but it heals instead. It probably has too much suppression, so it will be kicked out of mountain infantry in the plains. Yeah, that's a good opportunity. That hit me hard. You go. And here I typically did something I was not going to do because I was going to place my artillery here. Okay, this guy can remove himself. No, of course I can't. I can't move them after I deploy them, so he can just stay here and hit replace. This guy can go up here, and let's get some of these out. I have no artillery support yet, so there you go. Let's see what I can do with my. Just going to keep hammering those guys in the river. There's one Blenheim and one Hurricane. The Hurricane is more important to kill, I think. I should probably. Yeah, I think I need to lose some more units here. This one should recover as well. This one suddenly got he'll probably still be out of supply if I move him here. But I think I can do this. That's interesting. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Might as well do this. Maybe he can kill it. Ah, my little diversion. So you don't want to attack them in the hills. That's bad you. Yeah, it looks fine. Mm. As you can see, they are tying up this massive force from bunching upon me here. So I think that worked very fine. And I even have one left here that I completely forgot about. And again, I forget my planes. Okay, lucky. I should definitely do that while he's standing in the river. Let's see what we want to do here. Something like that. That didn't go so badly. Just gonna sit tight here. Goodbye, tank. Oh, I captured. It's best to recover while you can. No need to rush with that one. And now suddenly we have no fighters. So I'm gonna rebase this one and this one. And my short range strat bombers. And then we're going to recover these two guys. I'm not so worried that a fighter might pop in and shoot at me, but okay, it's not a big deal. Of course, I should have thought about that. That was yes, but now we are standing in the. It's time to go. And now I can attack from much closer, so my damage output is better. But I'm still going to need one of my 1/10s. The other 1/10 can come in here and there you go. He has no support from anti-tank. I'm aware of that. Just cycle them through there, push him back into the river, kill him. Ah, yes, push me back, please. And or kill me. That also works. So these guys are just buying time. Nah, no point. Yay! Get out of the river. These can also be delaying pieces. They are well set in first and a little bit of city there. Maybe I can even try starting to push forward. You can see they are doing some nice suppression work here. That wasn't too great. No point. He's encircled. I can kill him next round. I wish there was some sort of overlay that let you see where forced march can take you without sort of undoing the whole thing all the time. Anti-tank. Do I need it? Do I not need it? No. Oops. Now it's 2-6. Yeah, that's okay. Just putting some of my paras into the air. I have way too many. Yeah, I can keep this one. Swapping back and forth there is always nice. And then I have one in backup here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That can go somewhere. And by somewhere, they will go here and here. And here, that should be enough for that operation. So now I have some strength points left. My I need more airfields. Now you can see why I sacrificed them. It was both to gain time and also to free up slots. Mostly to gain time, but freeing up the slots is also important. Oh, that's a good surrender. I don't know. They can be pretty useful in these hills. Yeah, let's just buy one for fun. Might as well. There is no particular point waiting. That's a lot of infantry. Bye. Ah, beautiful. Almost. I'm sorry, but there is no subtlety involved here. No, that was not the plan. Why not? That was the weirdest attack I ever made. Why didn't I? Okay, never mind. Fairly effective. And that's it. Now I have captured the western half of the island, and I have to send some paras here, of course. And I can do that late in the game. It's only turn 13. I have pretty much halted the advance here. I can just redeploy my force here now. And once this group is taken care of, then there are no mobile reserves left on the island. This is the total sum of what the AI has left. So I'm going to take a break and save here. I've been recording for quite some time now. Time to go back to real life. And I'm back for a second and final session. Crete is close to being overrun. And even though I only been away for a few hours, I have forgotten the overall situation here. Okay. Okay, so I'm done with these guys, and my planes are all done except for this group. And they have no relevance here, and they can't reach targets. So we will rebase, start the rebase process. And as you can see from the past few turns, my 4 fighters over strength fighters, that's 16 slots. They are not super important right now, but they are still useful. They can chip 1-2 points of damage, thus draining the AI for prestige, or just making him stop up to repair. So the question here is these are moved. Just go closer to the road. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I guess most of these have moved. Heal, heal, close. So I could take these two if I want to take everything, but the plan is to airdrop 2 paras down here. This one and 1 more para here. 2 paras here. And then generally go in this direction with my main force while I airlift these paras out. So I think that's all my guys. I don't think I can do much more. So let's just end turn. And now I realize that I have played the entire game without any sound at all. I can maybe just turn it on after. Yeah, into the river with you. Very eager, guys. Options, audio. Have a little bit of music there. Can you actually hear anything? Okay, something like that. Maybe that's worse, maybe it's better, I don't know. And now you can see my BFs can actually reach targets here. And even the fighters can chip away at those guys standing in rivers, or, well, They aren't so fortunate if they are cavalry. They are very bad air defense. So let's see. Yeah, I can rebase these guys over here. They have good range and I don't need them. It's missing one strength point. That's not super important. So, okay, let's see what we can do here. I can't really box them in, so just hit it with artillery. Force it to retreat. I wish it just had died, but okay. And well, I don't think these Jaegers will be doing much. I have some paratroopers here. You can still see there are quite a few. So it's encircled. Just to tempt them to come play with me. No. Oh, it already went. Okay, let's do this instead. Let's see how this goes. Let's take those undamaged guys. And just heal up the rest. And all except this one is now fully healed. I have 6 slots that I could use for something, but I don't know. Purchase some units. Yeah, why not? These are very fast and have recon movement. That's pretty fun. I don't think I need more artillery. Artillery is so bad anyways. Can maybe go out into the river, advance on a wide frontier. Probably not a good idea, but I could. Yeah, I call for a general advance. Let's see how it goes. Turn. Ah, here comes more. So there are quite a few units. I like how the AI is actually using the mass attack bonus. Okay, so standing in the river. I have 6,000 prestige. Yeah. Oh, this one doesn't have the camouflage. Couldn't tell it apart. Some random bombing. And for some reason he's in the forest. That was not so clever. And we complete the encirclement, which I couldn't quite do. And that should send him into oblivion. Just healing up there. And these first paratroopers, they can just go down here. I want them all encircled. Ha! Smooth. No. Okie dokie. Just want to finish off the pocket of resistance here. I can always put the paratroopers into the planes one more time to pick up the eastern objectives and the small objectives, but as you can see here now, I think the AI has completely collapsed. I think my more aggressive approach, where I landed in the hills there and then also behind them in several waves, got these and pushed forward to the river, and my diversionary force that really opened up the battle, because the first time I played it I was much more conservative and just settled here and just slowly pushed my way forward, and then I took about 20 turns just to break out of this area. I was in no danger of being overrun, but I also couldn't. I had to whittle down the enemy one hex at a time. This is really slow. So I'm at maximum strength, and I think I've all my guys have gone. Yeah, all the guys that want to go have gone. This dude can't do much. Okay. That's a nice encirclement. That's one of the better encirclements. And because of the mounting suppression, I don't think he has any realistic chance of breaking out. A Matilda in the forest. I'm not sure that's a great idea. I think he'll just stick around there. Would be good to get out of the river. So let's push. This is good, I think. Replacing and getting some more artillery behind them. That's okay. Ah, that's not a good place for a motorcycle there. Oops. Okay. Ha! Relieve the pressure. Closing the news. Yeah, I don't see these poor guys ever making it out. I don't think I need any more drops actually. So instead I will encircled. And this guy can go down in the corner there after. I think that's it. Yeah, now they are completely paralyzed. Of course they are. No. Wrong button. Looks a lot like a massacre now. And because these have very good defense, I can just bomb with impunity. The Stukas will just take damage and not be very effective, and it's the entrenchment killer trait I'm after anyway, so let's start by getting rid of this. Can any of my bombers reach down there? No. Have to do it the hard way then. Better to stand there, because then I can swap places if they get hurt a lot. Let's put a guy behind there, because why not? There might be maybe some fighters or something on the other side of the map. Now it's time to close up here. Yay! I've been waiting to do that. That was pointless. Oh, poor little things. Better to let him attack. I mean, I could airlift him. But there is no point, so we can just stand in the mountains there. Or we can go do something over here. I don't know. So now there will be lots of attacks here, and I will take more damage than he will, but it's not important because for every attack he does, he takes some damage. And I have 1,000,000 more units than he does. Let's upgrade it. Oh, we can't have a truck or anything. Okay, then it's not so important. They can just go over here. Yeah, but I can't reach it. I don't have the range. I can put one here. That's doable. The other two can just head over here. Oh. Clicked on the wrong one. There we go. And we bombed that guy. And we strip some. Everyone gets a fighter. And in case he comes over here, we can go like this. Ta-da! The massive pocket! So, in case you don't think paratroopers can work, I beg to differ. But you have to have quite a few of them to make it worthwhile. This is not, there's no point attacking. He cannot, well, I can start shipping at this entrenchment. And what am I doing now? I am heading back home. And restocking their strength, and then I will go up again for the final drop. This one will recover. I'm not sure there's any. Yeah. And we almost had a breach there. No. There is no rush. I can just wait. These Dorniers are amazing. So I'm guessing even with horses, I'm going to be very late for the show. Now you know what? He wants to go down here for the lols. I could move him to the other island, but I don't care. I don't want to. Just want to see what's over here. turn. I don't think he has anything to respond with. And that nasty little beacon unit. And just to make sure it doesn't. It's a hard knock life. You can see how this is a no, he wasn't fully healed. Doing this is much better than creating a sort of a total traffic jam. Here we go, here we go. Not sure I'm gonna need these fighters, but I'm rebasing them anyway. Ha! Recon units are cool. So... Fun. Creek Mountain Inf, mine. Okay, we're about Mountain Inf. Oops. We need a hotkey for forced march. I think I'll ask Rudancourt if we can make that, and also for the switch thing. Yeah, absolutely need a hotkey for the switch thing. Not sure why these are. Should just leave them. I don't think there is any point. Yeah, you can see the AI has left everything. All his units were mobile, so they just left their homes to try and fight me. Since you can remount your paratroopers, there's absolutely no reason to drop in more than one location, except for the specific purpose that you might want to create a diversion, like I did. It was very useful, more useful than I had imagined, in fact. Yeah, I don't need these guys at all, but let's do it because I want to. This guy, I'm not going to use him anymore. So I'm guessing. Oh, he has a fighter. Is he allowed to have a fighter? What fighter? Yeah. And encircled. So the artillery is mostly for fun. But also for defensive purposes around Chania here. But after that, I don't think you need it too much. I'm not sure I'm going to need all these paras either. and it's encircled from just the one. Let's use 2. Okay, this needs to be suppressed first. Repair. This is more mopping up. I'm not sure how interesting it is to watch. This anti-tank gun I won't move anymore. And I strongly doubt that yeah, I can just leave these guys be. There is no point moving them. So let's go ahead with these planes again. AI has enough prestige to reinforce, I suppose. Yeah, so it's not doing anything right now. And this one was empty. Whatever. Okay, I like leaving them in cities. I think they're easier to see them. This one needs another round. What? Didn't help. Also didn't help much. I forgot my planes, I don't care. Now I can remember my planes. Yeah, 6 ammo. Oh, sorry, wait. Oh, poor guy. I don't want to wait. This is very wasteful, but I don't really care. Nearly there. And there. Artillery. Entrenchment. And then I guess suppression. Victory! I think that was a pretty fun scenario. It's definitely different. The only thing that could have been better was that supply was not traceable to map edges. And this should perhaps also be adjustable by side, because if you block both sides, then it would be too easy to encircle the British simply by cutting off access to their few supply points. So I don't know how it could be done, but it seems a little bit of easy mode, and also breaks my immersion when I can just drop wherever and have supply. Just have to open a window here. Other than that, it's a pretty cool scenario. Well, I guess that bit about paratroopers taking off again makes it frightfully easy in a sense. You can always focus your forces, all your forces, in one place, which is always smart. and then you can just airlift them wherever. And you can see I did it several times. On the other hand, it's pretty cool to play around with different tactics like that. I think this is one of the absolutely best, perhaps the best of the historical scenarios. It really feels like the Battle of Crete. So, okay, bye.